Yeah, I know it's been a while. Uh, PS5 arrived, got here. I have that all set up. I've been playing Cyberpunk, and I did end up picking up Phantom Liberty in spite of that not being an intelligent financial choice. But hey, if there's any one thing I'm actually good at, it's that. I.e. not being good with finances, but not the point. I was going to play Overwatch and showcase the new damage hero, new DPS, Venture. They're, I don't know. I really don't like their design. I think they're crusty, and I'm not a fan. Not to mention, I tried to load into a couple of games to see, because I'm sure the hoopla is going to be massive. But yeah, practice range wasn't working for some reason. Like, I tried loading into it in game queue from the main menu. It just wouldn't work. So I don't care enough for Overwatch to even showcase that. And then they just canceled PvE entirely. So thanks, Blizzard. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really care. I'm still on the PS4. I have to play through Spider-Man on here. Well, I don't have to, but I would prefer to, because I don't really feel like doing the data transfer thing. So I'm gonna have to have both consoles on simultaneously and then transfer all my data. And I just figure I might as well just have a fresh start on the PS5. It really doesn't matter. All of my online multiplayer games have cross-platform data save. So wait, I think I don't know if Dead by Daylight does. I don't have any co-op or like online games on my PS5. I kind of want to have it stay fun. I figure if I want to play DBD, I could just come back to my PS4, because they're both connected to the same TV, and it's really not that big of a deal to switch between. I mean, PS4 DBD has some disgusting load times, but quite frankly, I don't really care. Move chat here. Bitterman, yay. Yeah, I have to get through this because I have to play Miles Morales, and then I'm going to play 2. I've been playing through Cyberpunk, though, and I've been having fun with that. Or trying to get through the first act. So I'm finally at the second act where I get freedom, so I think I'll play through the Spider-Man games and then return back to Cyberpunk. Yeah, I did do the Shocker fight, and I played through the story a bit. I just didn't really have the urge to stream. Even now, I have to work in a couple hours, but I have this really late shift where I have to pretty much stay till 1:30 in the morning. So kind of skewed my sleeping schedule, which isn't that big of a deal. I'm much better at...
We've got an armed robbery. Please
That's
respond.
tough. I'm much better at staying up late than I am getting up early. The problem is that like my left leg, my left hip hurt astoundingly. I think I pinched my sciatic nerve or something.
I haven't slept since the Fisk takedown. Gotta start taking better care of myself.
This man is going to die. He's literally, I don't know how many day-night cycles it's been, but it's been like 2 or 3 days in-game, I think. This man is genuinely going to die.
Hey, kid. What are you doing here at this hour?
Just dropping in. You guys play this late?
I was a long-haul trucker before I lost my lease. Nights when it's quiet. Easy to think.
Not easy enough where you're playing. My late husband snored. I was always up.
Well, it's nice you got company.
Better than nothing. Barely.
Have a good night, you two.
Jeez, bro, Granny chose violence. That's crazy.
Pete? Figured you'd be home in bed.
I wish.
I don't know where May's office is. But yeah, I was gonna stream Cyberpunk, but I have to set all my stuff up on PS5, and I really don't feel like going through and doing that.
Partnership with restaurants and grocery stores works great. Any surplus food comes right here.
So I have to sign into my YouTube account and all that jazz, and I just don't really feel like doing that. Where exactly is May's office?
God grant me some strength.
You got it, bro. You got it. I believe in you. There's a daycare? What is that?
People don't realize how many kids are homeless. 1 in 30. And too many shelters aren't equipped to care for them.
That's heartbreaking. This is getting too real. Peter, stop talking. You know, I've pretty much all but abandoned any, like, mental connection to the outside world. Because anytime I look at the news, anytime I look at anything, anytime I...
You're so late.
Huh? No, anytime I, like, think of anything, it's just depressing.
Oh, I had a little mix-up at my apartment.
On the street, huh? I know the look. You're in the right place. Nothing to be ashamed of.
I know, I hate to take resources from people who need them.
Guess what, pal? Right now, you need them.
You got a point. Thanks, Gloria.
She's awesome. But yeah. In no world should we have billionaires and then kids starving, but you know, hey.
Hope May's couch is comfortable.
I hate humanity. Genuinely.
Miss you.
Aw. It's been... I did finish the Silent Hill game, Short Message. I was playing that for a while. I was gonna stream it initially, but eh.
Man, was I ever a dork.
Feel that. There's a graduation picture there. Alright, let's take a snooze. She gave him money.
I can't take this.
You can and you will.
I'll pay you back. Soon.
Liar.
Just
Rose.
ask for help next time. Oh, you are so much like Ben. You have to learn to swallow that Parker pride and accept that you're human, like the rest of us. Martin.
Sorry to interrupt.
I'll
Just
kill him.
wanted to let you know I'm headed out of town. You're in charge while I'm gone.
Well, you can count on me. How long will you be away?
Really don't know.
Is everything okay?
It's some personal business I've been planning for a while. But please take care of this place. It represents the best part of me.
I forgot what this man's MO even
Guess I
was.
better get busy.
Hope Mr. Lee's okay.
I don't.
Hello?
Hey, did you see my story?
I did. Robbie must be pretty happy right now.
Yeah, it kinda went viral. And get this, Mayor Osborne just announced he's going to give Officer Davis an award this afternoon.
Wow.
Nice. Oh no, wait.
Wait, isn't Osborne's campaign rally this after? Oh, I see what he's doing.
Yeah, we all do. But still a pretty cool moment for Officer Davis and his family. I'll be there covering it. Wanna join me?
Yeah, of course. See you then.
Okay, we'll probably do like 2 missions and then
But it's free.
I'll probably go. Because with my hip being as bad as it is, I'm probably going to have a pretty strenuous night here at work. So if I can mitigate any pain, then that would be nice. Ugh. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to drink an energy drink. I mean, I've had like half a G Fuel this morning. Well, like a little less than half, but... Jeez.
It's so humiliating taking money from May. I should head out into the city and try to pay it forward.
1 second. Did the stream die? Why is odds playing? I guess I could swap to Dead by Daylight. I mean, like, nobody's watching this anyway, so quite frankly, it wouldn't hurt to grind blood points for that stupid event, because Lord knows when the next time we're going to get anything worthwhile blood point-wise is going to be. I think we'll... I pretty much 100%ed this game. I don't know. I wish I didn't come into it with the mindset of like, oh yeah, I'm just speedrun through it. But it's like, I know how long it's going to take me if I 100% this. And I don't want to spend that much time on a game that I've already 100% in the past.
All units, mass terrorists have opened fire. Mobilize on Dutchtown.
All units.
Another message from Doc.
Your mother.
I don't want to jinx us, but the lead I'm following might not only get the project back on its feet, but also expand it in ways we never could have imagined. Everything happens for a reason. Even Norman pulling our plug.
Really hope this works out. Doc's work is too important to go unfinished.
Oh.
Hey, Jeff. Congrats on the ceremony today.
I'll be glad when it's over. A truck full of armed demons scares me less than public speaking. But I'm calling about something else.
What's that?
Oh, whoops, almost doing the cops. Sorry, lads. Sorry, fellas.
Like there's a ceremony prep to play cops and robbers, but I thought maybe my friendly neighborhood partner would want to know.
Understood. I'll do a swing by, let you know what I find. And hey, here's a tip on public speaking. Just picture everyone in their underwear. Wait, not Osborne. You know what? Just never mind.
I just realized it's about to happen, and I really don't feel like seeing anything. It is what it is. Oh, 1 out of 5 crimes. Do like a menace run. Oh my gosh! And in Cyberpunk, I didn't even begin to realize just how immersive they decided to make the world. What the heck is that? That is a side quest, isn't it? Ooh. Let's see. Oh, this guy's hungry. Birds. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to find your birds. I hate finding your birds. I hated that mission so much. Your birds are just gonna have to like come back on there. Place a little faith in them. Hey, there they are.
Trapped inside their vehicles following a severe collision. Available officers, please proceed to Koreatown.
Nasty car wreck down there.
Man, I heard defying the laws of physics. Oh, it's kind of clean right there. I'm not even gonna lie, man. That was pretty clean. Oh, how did he shoot? I dodged. No way. I also no longer have my LAN cable plugged into my PS4, and I only have one LAN cable. I never thought I would need a second one for any reason. Oh, we're supposed to be rescuing civilians. You guys aren't really that important, are you? Here, come here. We gotta deal with you. Go. Die. Alright.
Someone's trapped in that car. Okay, I've got you. Stay calm.
Okay, that was a little unnecessary. A little unnecessary. Oh my gosh. It's gonna explode. Come on, buddy.
That's everyone. Glad I was here to help.
Alright, cool.
Thanks. You're a mensch, Spider-Man. I thought it was...
Yeah, pal, no problem. Anything to prevent you from having to deal with the U.S. healthcare system. Like this alone, probably $8,000. You're welcome. Alright, back we go. What is this? Why am I on the top of a building? Huh? Face construction? I thought we were doing a different mission. Oh, didn't what's his face ask for help?
Consolidated shipping. Jeff, I'm here.
What do you see?
Find the rest. The boss wants them dead.
Looks like the demons are moving in on Fisk's territory.
You got this?
I got this.
Oh, I didn't realize this is what we were doing. You know what? I don't really care.
Sleep it
Just
off.
die. You fellas are getting old. Are you safe to kill? Come here. Oh wow, not good, not good, not good at all. Wow, misclick. Humongous misclick.
Literally didn't see that coming.
Alright. We're getting the smoke. Cook time. That had to hurt. That had to hurt.
You got what you came for. You don't need to kill us too.
Ow.
This territory is ours now.
Not today.
Oh, I could not get it. Oh, you get some real distance on it. That's nasty. Oh, I didn't get the shield guy. Yeah, boy. Man, get your power supply out of here. Never mind, I lied.
Hey, Willie.
You.
Nice jumpsuit. Slimming.
Stay out of my business.
Wait, the demons. Who's their leader?
Keep my men alive and maybe I'll tell you.
We really have to...
Saving bad guys from other bad guys. Not how I thought today would go.
We're shooting at... Oh, that's not okay. Come on. Oh my goodness. Fucking hard counters. What are you up to, bro? Get out of here. Goodbye.
You two
Wow.
stay here. Wait for the police.
Can't I zoom up there? I would do that. Shouldn't I be able to pull their shields? I thought I had that skill. What does like
I could have taken him. Sure, sure.
really?
Better swing around the outside to look for Fisk's men.
Yeah. Hey, Vader. I'll go with it. We like it, we like it, we like it, we like it. Alright. Come on.
我的本事比你强。
Hi,
Hey,
Star.
big
Welcome.
guy.
Hopefully you're doing well.
Gotta find the survivors fast.
Boy. Cook. Alright.
他怎么做到？
On a lower level here. What? Why did you... Alright.
You okay?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Stay back! I said stay back!
Oh my god, what in the heck?
Well, I got their attention. Fisk, your men are safe. Your turn. Who runs the demons?
Maybe he's there. Maybe he isn't. Check the roof.
Which roof? There's like 80
missed
here.
these cryptic Fisk talks.
No, I'd be mad. I could have let those guys cook, but I didn't. Oh, that roof. Okay, well, look at them, how nice they are, just waiting for me to arrive up there. Just tired. Any Overwatch updates? Well, yeah, I was talking about that earlier. The new DPS hero's out, but practice range is not loading for some reason. Classic yeah, that's pretty much it. I have zero desire to play the game. They canceled PvE in its entirety, which honestly, as much as that sucks, I mean, it's probably for the best. I wasn't gonna be spending $15 on missions, and yeah, I don't know. I see the way they're changing the game, and I don't think it's gonna survive ultimately. Like I think we're definitely gonna find a point where the game just isn't sustainable. Like instead of lowering shop prices or doing anything that would ultimately help the community in the long run, they're just like compelled by greed. Which I mean, we all saw this coming. I've been since season 1 saying this, so I don't know. I just don't have fun with the game anymore. The new hero, I didn't get to look at their gameplay. I didn't really care to look at their abilities. I tried to load into a couple games. Character got insta-locked. That's to be expected. It's a free trial. Kind of like with how Malgo was last season. Or the season before. Whichever season that was. So we'll have the character for 3 days. And then they'll get put back into, I guess, purgatory until next season. That's unfortunate. You did delete it since there's nothing interesting. Yeah, that's fair. Can't blame you. I'm probably not going to install it on my PS5. Same thing with Dead by Daylight. I've been playing DBD simply because of that event, but ultimately I was looking at some community stuff, and I think it was a couple months ago they did an AMA on Reddit, and Otts put it a pretty good way. They're not, I'm talking about DBD here. They're just not, I forgot exactly verbatim what he said. They're not striving for anything in terms of DBD, and that's fair. Like they have the occasional cool game mode, but like that's just like a 2-week period where the game is fun. That's literally how DBD is. Like the only time it's worth playing, in my opinion, like the only time you can probably try to get value out of it is when there's events going on. Because at that point, the player base has a communal goal of like, oh yeah, let's get max blood points. Let's try to invest in the event. Let's have fun with it like that. Any other time, the base game is just awful. Like, the amount of blood points you get just is not worth the grind. Not including for, like, blood point bonuses, like, party streamers or whatever. But, yeah, DBD, kind of in the same boat. I feel like I have a little more, patience with DBD, because I just don't play it that much. At least as much as I did Overwatch. But Overwatch, I can actively see them, like, wasting potential. Like, that's all Overwatch is wasted potential. They just laid off a bunch of their staff that was working on the PvE, which is unfortunate, but, like, hey, put that money into something else. Strike a deal with Netflix. Make an animated series. Like, I'm serious. There's so much potential there for Overwatch. So what will you play? Oh, I have a backlog of tons of single-player games. I have Spider-Man going on right now. I have, Miles Morales I have to do. I have Spider-Man 2. I have Phantom Liberty, which I picked up. I'm sure you saw that. I think you did. On Instagram I posted it. Picked up Phantom Liberty for Cyberpunk. So I've got another 2 solid playthroughs of Cyberpunk, which is like 60 hours each. Right now I'm playing through. I'm probably going to do like a Sandevistan build. And then I'll figure everything else out in between. But then I'll probably do another playthrough after where I use the Cyber deck. So like doing a Netrunner build, because I've never done a Netrunner build. I was starting to do one on PS4. I got to like Act 2 halfway through, and then I just didn't touch it. And I have a PS5 now, so I highly doubt I'm going to go back and play the 1.6 Netrunner build. So yeah. Phantom Liberty has a couple different endings, so I might even do 2 or 3 more playthroughs of Cyberpunk. Probably. I know for a fact I'll do 2. One that I'm doing now, and then one that I'll do after for the Netrunner and different Phantom Liberty. But, yeah. I have all of the Resident Evil games, for the most part. I could play 7 in Village on PS5. So what about multiplayer games? Everyone keeps telling me to get the game Heck Divers 2. But I personally don't have the funds for it right now. And I feel like it's one of those games that I'm going to end up like spending money on, and then all the people who told me to play it aren't going to want to play it by the time that I get it. Never heard of it. Well, it's not called Heck Divers. It's called HE double hockey sticks divers, but I don't want to get demonetized. Not that I am monetized, but nevertheless. Yeah, it's super popular right now. A couple of friends keep telling me to get it, but like I said, I hate when people are like, oh yeah, get this game, because it's like the newest, hottest game. And then I get it, and then nobody makes time to play it, and I'm just like, okay, well, that's fun. But yeah, there's still plenty of stuff. Alan Wake 2, I have to finish Alan Wake 1. Yeah, I mean, truth be told, I'm at a point where I don't care to grind. Like, Fortnite will probably be the only multiplayer game I play with friends. Because I don't take it seriously. Sorry about that with Outlast Trials. No, you're fine. I didn't actually, I mean, I looked at that as like a double, like kind of kill two birds with one stone thing. Like, we got it and we played it. I'm not a fan of the game, to be honest. Like, it's not going to keep me going back. But in that same sense, Alan Wake 2 is on sale, but you don't have the funds. Yeah, I saw that. Same here. I saw the base edition is like still $50, which is really pricey, but I mean, yeah, I still have to finish the first game. So I'll wait till it goes on sale again. Maybe it'll drop in price even more. But yeah, with Outlast Trials, I supported Red Barrels by making that purchase. So the way I see it is hopefully that contributes towards them seeing, oh, people like Outlast, let's make Outlast 3, or, you know, a different game. Silent Hill 2 is coming out as well. We'll see how that plays out. I did finish the short story, Silent Hill, or whatever it was called. I forgot. I think it was Short Message. That's what it was. It was fine. I really hope that Silent Hill 2 has more than just chase sequences. Like, I hope Silent Hill isn't just chase sequence horror. Which, you know how I feel about that. After a while, there's really no threat. It's just get to the next area. Was it good? I'd say so. I'd rate it like a 7 out of 10. The main character, she's kind of, like, I don't know, I have feelings towards the character, but I'm just not sure if they're like negative or positive. Because like over the course of the entire story, like they have a little arc, but then it's just like, why did they do half the things they did? Silent Hill 2 does have a combat system. Okay, thank the Lord, because if it was all just chase sequences. Which, the chase sequences in the Short Message weren't bad, but it got to the point where I was like, I don't know where the objective is. I literally just was looping the freaking monster. It was literally Outlast 1 all over again with Chris when I was in that kitchen area, and I didn't know that the event was up there that I needed to climb in. So I was literally just looping the monster around, looking for it, and like, I don't know. You didn't like it, you struggled. The very, very last chase sequence at the I think it's the start of chapter 3, that one kind of sucks because they don't really explain what you have to do. And I was kind of just going through doors and, you know, whatever. I wasn't like mapping out the pathing. Outlast is far more easier to navigate, in your opinion. I agree, because in Outlast they give you a clear objective. So it's like, okay, I know what I need to do. I know how to get from point A to point B. Yeah, that's where you quit. Yeah, that's the last chase sequence, I'm pretty sure. At least the last difficult one. But yeah, do you want me to tell you what to do? I can kind of give you a pointer. If you wanted to like look up a guide or something, I'm not going to spoil the story. I'll just tell you what you need to do for that sequence. But yeah, it was rough. I died there like 5 or 6 times. And then like one run, like I said, I was looping the funny little monster. And I had finally figured out where. So basically, in that final chase sequence, you have to go through the area and find, I think it's like 4 or 6 of the like little mementos from Maya to Anita. I think that's her name. Anita's the main character. But yeah, there's these little like mementos, or they even look like little shrines, and you just interact with them, and it gives you like a voice line, and Anita comes to some like epiphany about the item or whatever in question. Like she'll find a picture or like an art, and she'll make a comment. And there's like 4 or 6 of those strewn about, and once you find those, I'm pretty sure after you find that last one, the terrain changes and it starts a path, and that's how you get to the next area. So the chase sequence ends after you find that like final item. I don't think I'm explaining it very well, but I don't know if you ever came across them. If you came across them when you were running around, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's just like these little shrines. I know one of them is on top of like a suitcase, one of them's on top of a desk. They're like little interactables. You just walk up to it, press X, and then it gives like a voice line, and then you like run to find the next one. And after you find all of them, I think it's 4 to 6. Yeah, so those collectibles, you need to interact with those. How did you manage it? Just stay away from the killer. Not killer, but you get what I mean. Monster, whatever she is. If you're at that point, I think you know. But yeah, pretty much Maya... I'm pretty sure that monster is like Maya's embodiment. Because how Silent Hill works, to my knowledge, is that it basically it's like the embodiment. So I think in Anita's Silent Hill little section, that thing is the embodiment of her guilt towards what she did to Maya. But yeah, you just run around, or her mother, yeah. But my theory is Maya because of the cherry blossoms. Like, if you've gotten caught by the monster, which I'm sure you have, you'll see that her face is pretty much just a massive cherry blossom. She has the blossoms all over her body. Which that whole motif was from Maya. But yeah, no, the mother thing is... That's the thing, is she has a really tragic backstory, but she's also just very angsty. I don't know. I feel like they could have written her better. Like, I like the fact that they're showcasing a protagonist that has such... like, you know, mental illness in that capacity. Like, I can appreciate that, but the fact that they just make her sound so whiny about things, like, I think there's a much better way for them to write the dialogue. Like, she obviously has no confidence. She's very pessimistic, stuff like that. And then she has her, you know, depressive stuff going on. But I just figured that there was a better way for them to showcase that without making her seem like super angsty or edgy. I don't know. But ultimately, over the course of it, through that final chapter, I did warm up to her a bit, and I was like, okay, well... But it was good. I enjoyed it overall. Other than the chase sequence being the only means of horror, the sound design, I think that was a small taster what they'll do for future games. We'll see. I mean, Silent Hill hasn't gotten a new game in a very long time, so hopefully they change up the formula. But the set design, the sound design, a lot of the like external world stuff was really, really nice. Like, when you're walking through that complex, it just feels like dirty and grimy, and I really like how they just made the set piece. All the graffiti and stuff, like, it genuinely seems like the kind of thing that you could go to, like, in an abandoned city and find. Yeah, the sound design was well done, all of that stuff. Like, it has a solid structure. I just wish the MC was a little better, and I wish the horror was better. But, I mean, it was obviously the equivalent of, like, a demo. It's not going to be, you know, full throttle, insane horror. I did predict a lot of the little twists. There was one twist that I was wrong on, though. I'll wait for you. If you ever finish the game, we'll go over that one. But there was one twist that I got incorrect. If you want, I can say it, but I mean... I'd just rather cover the bases for you to finish the game. That way you don't get spoiled. I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but I guess it can be perceived as a spoiler, depending on how you look at it. I don't mind. Okay, so you know their friend Amelie, right? That's like the mutual friend between Maya and Anita. Amelie, we come across her journal. I'm pretty sure it's in like the end of chapter 1 or chapter 2. We come across her journal entries. And I could have been completely misunderstanding. I'm pretty sure it was from Amelie, but she's obviously big on going to college and getting accepted to her big school. And she was just like, oh yeah, I'll make my parents proud, blah, 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 blah. And So she gets accepted. It's all happy. And then the next note you read, she's talking about her dad, and I think it's her stepmom arguing. Because I know she mentions in other notes, she's like, I know she's not my real mom, but, you know, she's still my mom. Apparently she has a more closer relationship with mine, which she needed in. Like, I have no comment on that. If you finish the rest of it, you'll kind of see. That's kind of, yeah. You're not wrong. That's what they want you to think. Which is good, because you get the story. But, yeah, the second note is Amelie talking about how her dad and her mom keep arguing and blah, 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 and how she has this, like, discomfort with her brother because her brother was looking at her really weird, which completely gross. And that's why she's so motivated to go to college and get out of that. But she still cares about her parents and wants to make them proud. And then the third note you read is talking about how mom and dad got divorced. Or her stepmom and her dad got divorced. And then when the mom left, she was like, just like, get out of my way or whatever. And that, I guess, like, broke Amelie's heart, and she was so sad and depressed. And then there's a fourth note you find, which is where my little theory came from. And it was like, 18-year-old girl or some, I think it was 17 or 18-year-old girl commits suicide. And it was 3 days after you read Amelie's next note. Or Amelie's previous note. So the suicide occurred on, like, September 20th, and the previous note from Amelie, her talking about, like, being depressed, she's like, oh my gosh, my parents are divorced now, I'm probably not going to be able to afford college, you know, yada yada. And that was, like, September 17th. So the sequence of the notes makes you think that Amelie was the one that committed suicide, which they didn't touch on that, so I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to be, like, the final thing? It turns out, like, all of Anita's friends are dead. Now she's stuck in Silent Hill. I kind of figured Maya was dead because of the way that she was texting. I was like, why is she only giving, like, such weird responses? Like, watch her be dead or something. And then they do that. I was like, oh, hey, I hit that one on the money. But yeah, the sequence of notes for Amelie's section, yeah, I think they try to fake you out with her killing herself. But she doesn't. She's never confirmed to be dead, at least. But it was kind of tricky. It was weird how they did that. In that final note where they covered the, like, newspaper article of the girl committing suicide, they didn't specifically put Amelie by name, but I think the way they made you sequentially find those notes, they wanted you to think that. I think that was just me overthinking, though. But they could have went a way darker path with that entire story. They didn't. Which I guess is nice, because I think our girl Anita deserved a break, but... yeah. That was... If you finish it, I'm sure you'll piece all that together. Or if you go through your notes, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I thought they were going to double whammy down on Anita, and... just make it real tragic real quick. So everything wasn't real during the gameplay. Some of it's real. Maya is dead. I'll confirm that. Maya is dead. Shoot, sorry. Ow, my leg is in so much pain right now. It's awful. Work's gonna suck. Hopefully when I hit my physical therapy here in a little bit, it helps, because, man, I have no choice. My whole leg is just cooked. I think it's my sciatic nerve. I'm finished. But yeah, the gameplay stuff, I don't know if I'd say it was real. Like, I don't know if those conversations with Maya were real. Because given it takes place in Silent Hill, I don't know if Anita, you know, despite still being alive, has some kind of connection with Maya. Or maybe, like, Maya's spirit is communicating. Would you rate it 10? 7 out of 10. It was enjoyable. Like I said, that very final portion, that very final trace sequence, like, it killed my immersion. But ultimately, it wasn't bad. You don't know if that actually took place in Thailand. You thought it took place in Germany? Oh. Finish the game. You'll see. Whoops. Ow. Okay. I'm cooked. My leg's done. But yeah, it was enjoyable. I wouldn't say it was anything like standout-ish. I hope I can perceive 2 as better, despite the fact that I know a lot of the twists and turns in 2. What's wrong with your leg? I don't know. My left leg, I think I like pinched my sciatic nerve somehow. Maybe I slept wrong, but it's got to be like my sciatic nerve, because I almost, anytime I move my leg at all, it just pure pain. I'm gonna do my physical therapy stuff in like 30 minutes here after stream, because I worked this really late shift. It's 5 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. so I'm gonna be up really late. Luckily I have tomorrow off, so hopefully tonight isn't awful. Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to complain about it, but I'm trying to find like a comfortable position to sit down, and it's pretty difficult. All right, let's see what old Martin Lee here is up to.
Hello again.
Hopefully it's just a minor issue. I'm sure it is. Stuff like this usually blows over a couple of days. Day or two. It's just really bad timing, because tonight I think is going to be like a real strenuous work day.
Oh, come on. No, 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 no! Did that just happen?
I do really like how smooth those transitions are.
I'm getting reports of a helicopter with a wrecking ball?
Yeah, things with the demons got complicated. Sit tight, Yuri. I got this. Please, let me got this.
This man is insane. I don't know how I don't think I would be able to manage the stress of this. Even with spider powers.
Whoa, rockets!
Are you serious?
That helicopter is destroying the city.
I know.
Oh, you think?
You need to bring it down.
I know.
Maybe you could superhero a little faster?
Working on it, Yuri. Call you when it's done.
This is awful, eh?
Hope I live to regret this.
Good thing this building's empty. Oh my gosh, why are you running like that? Ow. Not nice.
Hi, is this the flight to Newark? I need to disable the helicopter's engine.
This is only the beginning!
One engine down. Now for the second.
Any recommendations on what you play for your...
You're playing real fast. I guess this is the plan.
That's a lot of tax dollars.
Come on, Pete, you got this. You got this, you got this, you got this. Please don't screw this up. These masks are so awesome. Where do you get them?
Oh, we started it!
Cool, thanks. Do they have a website? Whoops. Hey, Yuri. I caught the bad guys, but...
But what?
You might want to bring a ladder. Yo, Miles. Hey, fanboy.
Can you blame Miles? That's like the coolest thing to ever happen ever. Let me take a look at what you have played recently. I don't know of any really good games that are out at the moment. So you've been doing lore builds a lot. Been doing a lot of White Day. Lacking in story games. Have you played Alan Wake? Let me take a look here. Maybe the store has some good stuff. I mean, I'm in the PS4 store, so I'm going to be missing out on a lot of the PS5 stuff, to be honest. Oh my gosh, and there's so many games that I have access to now since I'm on PS5. There's Tokyo Ghostwire, which came from the same studio that did The Evil Within. I'm pretty sure. I think. I'm like 12% sure on that. I assume it's just going to be based off the stuff that you have, right? Because I know you mentioned funds earlier, which I feel I'm dummy broke right now. Persona 3 dropped? Why is it $50? What in the world? I mean, if you're looking for story games, you could do Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is a very long game, though. Unless you only focus on the main story. If you focus on the main story, I'd probably say it's like 12 hours, roughly. Let me check what games I have, because I know we have a lot of the similar games. Yeah, Alan Wake is the first thing that comes to mind. Cyberpunk. Which Cyberpunk is just a good game, so. If you have The Evil Within, you could play that. I think The Evil Within would be good, especially for your channel's theme of horror-esque. One moment. How's it been? I'm doing alright. My leg is malfunctioning, but I'm doing alright otherwise. Alan Wake, Tomb Raider, Resident Evil Revelations are 4, Cyberpunk, Amnesia, Slender Layers of Fear, Visage, Dark Pictures, and The Evil Within. Deciding what to play. We're kind of just brainstorming for Star. I'll give you my top 3 there. Ooh, that's hard. I think, okay, I guess we'll go off of my favorite and what I think you'd like. Evil Within 1. 2, I'd say Cyberpunk. I don't know much about the Slender game or Amnesia. I don't know which Dark Pictures games you would play. I mean, I guess there's that whole... Oh, you're great. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Hope you get better. No, I'm fine. Nah, my like sciatic nerve in my leg is not cooperating with existence, so my leg kind of hurts, but I'll live. I appreciate that though. I'm glad you're doing well. You been playing anything new or just strolling through life? And then I'd say Resident Evil 4, honestly. For number 3, we'll say RE4. I guess you could do Revelations, but I think Revelations has that, like, too classic gameplay where it's the tank controls and stuff. Like, if it didn't have tank controls, I'd 100% say Revelations. I know Revelations 2 doesn't, but with Rev 1, that's kind of one you might just want to, like, sit down and speed through because of how, antiquated the controls are. Apparently, Revelations 2 has the Python, which is one of my favorite guns. The Evil Within it is. You're interested in Sebastian. Just hope you're skilled since you know it was difficult. Choose the easiest difficulty, honestly. I'm pretty sure it should have 3. It should start you with 3 different difficulties. Just choose the easiest one, even if, you know, I know in gaming there's like a stigma around choosing easy difficulties. Like, if you just want to have fun with the game, just have fun with the game. Like, that's the point. Not everyone... Easy seems tamed. I mean, if that's the best way that you can enjoy the game, then I would recommend it. Like, I get really, like, my biggest pet peeve is when I'm playing a game and I get stuck on a point and it breaks my immersion. That's like a pivotal point in the playthrough. Like with Silent Hill, my immersion got broken and I was only like 60% invested in the game at that point. Like, what was 80% dropped down to 60. Like, if a game loses my attention partway through, like, that's just... It kind of... I guess taints the legacy of the game in my mind. Bought Sekiro, you're on New Game Plus 2 at the moment, 3rd playthrough. Took a break on DBD Fortnite. I'm playing with others, playing it alone is a meh. Updated Overwatch, but not quite sure if I should play it. Well, if you were interested, the new DPS hero just got added for a trial for 3 days. So that new DPS. I couldn't care less for Overwatch right now. I'm not going to put it on my PS5. I refuse. I'll keep it on the PS4 and then just play it occasionally. I'll probably just play Overwatch around the Battle Pass, because at least I have something to work towards. But just playing it like... That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I lost interest in Overwatch. I mean, it's been like that for a while, but like the little fumes I was running off of, it's just kind of at 0 now. I don't really care about Overwatch. I don't know why I should care about Overwatch when the devs clearly don't care about the game either. Like, it's just one of those things, the more I'm invested in, the more miserable I am. Because it's literally just the embodiment of wasted potential. That's all Overwatch is. ain't worth supporting Blizzard. That too. It's just like they don't care about their game. Why should I care about their game? That's kind of where I'm sitting with Overwatch. With DBD, I know they care about their game, but they just don't. I don't know. They don't strive for more. Like, I'd say DBD kind of has the wasted potential thing going on, but it's not as bad as Overwatch. Like, Overwatch is blatantly just, like, choosing all of the wrong dialogue choices. Like, Blizzard is truly just hitting every wrong dialogue choice. Wish someone could buy the ownership of Overwatch. I mean, Blizzard's a $1 billion company that is now merged with Activision. I at this point, I doubt anyone would be able to like get the Overwatch rights unless they were willing to sell them. You should see DBD's forum update. Didn't it just get one? They still care. I know they still care, but they're complacent. Like, there's no talk of new modes. There's no... They're really... I don't know. I feel like they could be doing more. That's all I'll say. I just feel like behavior could do more for DBD. Blizzard is full of cash-grabbing goblins that don't see nothing but money. That's true, and even if it's not inherently with the Overwatch team, that's what they're subject to. So it's like when I clown on Overwatch all the time, it's how I feel, firstly. I don't do it for the heck of it. I want to see the game succeed. That's the thing that I don't know people understand. Like, why do I care here in where I'm at in life, clowning on a game? Like, I don't get kicks out of it. I'm not some random troll. I'm critical of it because I want to see it succeed. With DBD, it can be enjoyable. I mean, I'll probably only ever play DBD around the events, whatever the current event is. In fact, I think we'll skip this cutscene and I'll play a DBD for an hour, and then, maybe an hour and 45 minutes-ish, more or less. I know they nerfed Blight. I know they tinkered with twins. Just patiently waiting for RE4 as legendaries. What do you mean by RE4 legendaries? Overwatch is really enjoyable within Overwatch 2. I mean, I think the game needed an update. Like, 5v5 had potential, but now I don't know. I kind of wish they had a 6v6 game mode separately. Alternatively, they could have just changed the way tanks work. Like, the misery of playing Overwatch 1 was double shield. That was truly it. I would kill to have a second tank again. Unless they have these weekends where they run these random events. Or they could just toss in an experimental card. Like, that's the thing, is they don't utilize the resources they have. They literally have an experimental card where they can make temporary changes that don't get pushed to live and see how people respond to it. They keep running these stupid, quick play hacked weekends where they do something quirky, like, oh, now you can run 2 of each hero. Except tank, you guys get shafted. You love collecting loot boxes? And see, that was the cool thing. Like, I didn't even care about the loot boxes, but the fact that there was a way to get the new skins without having to shill $20 out was enjoyable. Like, I literally bought loot boxes. Whenever the anniversaries or the big events came around, I'd spend like $20, $30 on loot boxes. And I know that's not really sustainable for Blizzard ultimately, but you don't even need to do the gambling thing. Just make new skins attainable without needing to shill out full price. Like, if monthly I can grind out 1,000 coins and then just pay 1,000, like $10 of my own to get a skin, that would be cool. Literally anything. You know what they give us? They give us 60 coins a week. What can I buy with that? Nothing. Literally nothing in the hero gallery is worth 60 coins. In 2 weeks, I can buy a 6-year-old emote. That's cool, I guess. But, oh, what's this? I already have every 6-year-old emote because I played Overwatch 1. Oh, you mean RE4... Okay, no, I got you. I thought you were talking about the RE4 game, like the remake. Sorry, Star, I completely misunderstood your other comment. I thought you were talking about RE4 itself, not DBD. My bad. I get you. I get you. The way we waited events just to get 5 loot boxes and then get the wrong skin. Yeah, I've done that plenty of times. But it was so cool. I mean, like, I guess it is the gambling aspect, and it is that little randomization. Like, oh, hey, I got the skin I wanted from the loot box, you know, and it added some extra layer of excitement. But it's like, I don't know. Living in 2023, yeah. I could play RE4 on the PS5. I have the ability for that now. See how it is. I mean, it's pretty much just updated graphics, I bet. And I still have that, like, super hardcore run on my PS4 I could do. I'm sure I'll get back to that eventually. It was something nice. The shop and the battle pass is lame, yeah. I wouldn't mind the shop and the battle passes if they were done correctly. Like, half the battle passes... At this point, I think there's only ever been one battle pass that was truly on theme. Where every skin in the battle pass was actually correspondent to whatever the season's theme was. And that was last year's Halloween one. New survivors are your top priority? Yeah, I get you. And if the shop wasn't, like, a total mess of, give us $20. Give us $20. You see this cool collab we did? Give us $20. Give us $25. Like, bro, lay off. Gosh. Notice that you missed the White Widow skin. That was actually insane. Oh, yeah. The wedding dress one. That is a pretty cool skin. I don't know. Overwatch just fell off. That's the best way I could put it. Oh, and by the way, heads up. If anyone in here doesn't own Cyberpunk, right now, currently, until the 31st, there's a free trial of the game going on. Oh boy, they just announced the voice actress for Overwatch. I hope she doesn't get bullied. Oh no. Oh no. Oh man. Let me see. Okay, all of the comments are pretty nice so far. I'm really hoping they stay positive because I don't care what Blizzard did with the character. There's this big hoopla about Venture because they're a non-binary character. So like when referring to them, I guess the proper pronouns are they them. So it's pretty much just don't refer to them as a she. And everyone like is throwing a fit about that, which I could really care less. It doesn't matter to me. The way I look at it, it's the same thing as Cassidy being changed from McCree. I think the Fairy Tale Pass is good too, besides Tracer Mythic. But the Battle Pass exists, I can never get that Widow. Yeah. I can agree with that. It's pure just FOMO, fear of missing out. That's all gaming is amounted to nowadays. It's like, come on guys, give us money or you're not gonna get your things. Give us money, give us money, give us money. It's just so yucky. I just hate it. I hate it. But yeah, Venture is a non-binary character. There's controversy in DBD, which is sorted. Best not to get into that. I know DBD has had the same issue. I know with Jane, I wasn't entirely present in the community at this point, but I know Jane had a big controversy because she like runs her podcast, and I think they did some goofy little thing for like Pride Month or whatever, and it was like Jane advocating for equality, and people had a massive uproar about that. You mind the LGBT stuff, but come on, does it have to be everywhere? Is it really necessary? No offense to anybody, it doesn't have to be in every game and movie now. It's... okay, where I'm looking at it from... I don't care, personally. I'm always one to support the underdog, so it's like as long as what you're doing isn't hurting anybody, it's not my biz. Truthfully, not my biz what you do. If you're happy and you are not hurting anybody, not my problem. But the problem therein lies is when big companies like with Blizzard, you can either look at this venture thing, in your opinion, it doesn't really you don't support it. No, absolutely not. I don't support hate either. I'm not all for that. People who are actively against it, it's just like go find something better to do with your time. But my issue with it, and not it itself, but the topic, let me clarify, is corporations. Like, let's look at Pride Month, right? When is Pride Month? I think it's June. My birthday's in the middle of Pride Month. Oh well, whatever. You have all the corporations changing their logos to rainbows and this, that, and the other. I can see there being an argument about the fact that she's non-binary. Well, I guess it would be their non-binary. I don't know. I'm not going to nitpick. It's a character, right? But if it comes to like an actual person, I can 100% ramp up like my brain and try to be respectful of that person as much as possible until they give me a reason. No, you're good, man. You're good. I'm not gonna go crazy. See, it's a genuine mistake. I think I referred to Venture as a she earlier in the stream too. So it's like it just happens. Like I'm not putting that much thought into it. Like if a genuine, real IRL human comes to me and asks, refer to me like this, like okay, I can lock in and I can give respect to the person, but it's just a character, right? If someone makes the mistake, I'm not gonna crucify you. I don't care. And I know you're a very respectful person, so you're good. Don't even sweat it. But yeah, look at Pride Month. They rep those rainbow logos and stuff for the month, and then come the 1st of July, they change it back instantly. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about your gender politics. Be back in a couple minutes. All right. But that's the thing is these corporations, these companies, they do not care about you, your anything. They don't care about you. They're just trying to get on your good side. That's all the corporations do. So when Blizzard comes out with a new character that is non-binary or transgender or whatever, it's like, do they genuinely mean this for the sake of being inclusive, or are they just pandering? Are they just trying to pander for the sake of it? And I'm not someone in the LGBT community, so I can't really speak on behalf of how it affects me. Because it's like, the way I see it, the pandering is effectively a backhanded compliment, in a sense. So it's like, okay, we're going to use you. We're going to boil you down to a caricature and include you so we get good boy points. I feel like that's more disrespectful than anything else, and it's always hard to tell with corporations, right? So that's where I'm coming from. It's like, do they really mean it? Or is it just pandering? And it's like, I don't know if people in the LGBT community, LGBTQ plus, all-encompassing, whatever, I don't know if they're like, okay, yeah, even if it is pandering, we'll take it. But I feel like them turning you into a like not a staple per se, but like, I don't know. What you mean by you don't care is that it's not your business what people do for pronouns. Yeah. No, I agree. Like, it's not... I'm not actively there, but if someone's being a twat about it, then yeah, I'll step in. Like, you don't gotta be a twat. It's not your business, like, genuinely. But then there are those people out there, like the online Reddit degenerates that have nothing better to do with their lives and just make a statement by being twats to anyone and everyone that they know would be affected by those types of comments. Your friend Silent doesn't like when people push that stuff, but I mean that's the thing is I can never tell if it comes from a place of like genuineness. All right, welcome back. Like that's the thing is I don't know if that stuff is genuine or if it's just a shill to get good boy points. Miss anything? Not really. I guess to boil it down, corporations don't care. That's my stance on it. I can respect the people, but am I going to respect the corporation for doing the bare minimum? No, not really. I'm not going to be like, oh, Microsoft has a rainbow profile picture. They're truly they are truly advocates for you know, gender equality and equality, whatever. I don't know. Like I said, it's not my place to comment. It's not my place to interpret. But I would be curious to get someone in the LGBT community's opinion on that. Like, I'm not sure if they just accept the representation at face value, or if they put more thought into it and they're like, oh, this is probably just a corporate shill. Like, does it make a difference? Does it matter? Like I said, I don't care what anyone does. I support anyone as long as they're not hurting anyone. That's where I'm coming from. I don't really like getting too political, but I just find the whole entire thing ironic. Because like here in the U.S. at least, you have all these like, you know, the political parties and stuff like that, and a lot of these conservatives, they're the guys who are very anti-LGBT. They're like, oh, it's unnatural, this and that and the other. And I mean, little, I guess, NSFW warning. But a lot of these guys, a lot of these conservative figures, they get outed for being gay. They get outed for doing something extremely gay. Like, they outright get with other people in the Conservative Party. Like, you have these men in the Conservative Party. It honestly shouldn't be political. No, seriously, that I agree. But the funniest thing is, and this is the ironic part, and this is the only reason I'm bringing it up, is a lot of these conservative guys, they are very anti-LGBT, whatever. But a lot of them, there's outright just videographic evidence of them being gay with another conservative man. And this isn't a one-time thing. This has happened countless times throughout the history, especially in recent years, where video CCTV stuff being present, like pretty much omnipresent, shows it and captures it, and it gets leaked. So I just find it so ironic that these guys are so vehemently against it, and you have all these like sheep in politics. Like, your standard citizen's a sheep, let's be honest. Like, whatever their favorite Fox News broadcaster says, they're gonna believe it. That's their new belief for the month until something else changes. But like, these same figureheads of the party that is vehemently anti-LGBT doing, you know, gay things, it's just it's funny to me. It's ironic. It's like, you're doing all of this to make someone else's life miserable, and you're doing the same exact thing. Like, you realize in this day and age you can be public about it, but just like, no one cares. Nobody cares. But yet you still make it a staple to try and make these people's lives miserable. Like, what's your problem? It's just hypocrisy, and that's why I hate politicians and politics and stuff like that, because they're all hypocrites. But I just find it ironic, and I wanted to put that out there, just because I found that funny personally. I don't know how many times this has happened, but I know it's happened. And I remember on Twitter specifically, a big story blew up about a couple of like state senators or something being homosexual together, and it's like, nothing wrong with that, bro. You do you. You're both consenting adults. It's not my biz. You ain't hurting kids. You ain't hurting anyone. Yeah, it's your consent. Go at it, bro. Just do you. But why are you gonna sit there and bring other people down for the same thing that you're doing? Like, what's your problem? Like, just don't be hypocritical. I don't know. I digress. It doesn't matter. But yeah, ultimately, when they bring it into gaming, it's hard to tell if it's a shill or if it's genuine. Way I see it, I guess the more... God, I'm forgetting all my buzzwords here. Hypocrites, genuinely. And it's like, I don't care what you do. It's not my business. I'm sorry that your homosexual encounter got leaked on the internet, but hey, you're the one out here vehemently against it. You're the one out here trying to bring the hammer down on these people when you yourself are one of those people. Do you think DBD is genuine? I'm sure it is. I've seen the staff for DBD. I know a lot of the time they showcase all that. So I think they do have people in there that have like a genuine means of representation. Which, I mean, if you take someone who feels like the world's against them, and then you throw them a bone in a video game or a book or a movie or something, and you make them feel like a little less alone, then I'm all for that. But it's like, if it's the character's whole personality, I'm not really a fan of that, personally. I feel like you're taking away the development and the actual substance of a character for the sake of shilling, I guess. Like you can have a representative character and have them still be a character, you know? So it's like if you do have a character that's supposed to be representative of a different class of people, not class, but a different group of people. I misstated that. And you just make that defining factor part of their character, then it's just like that's not a character. That's a caricature. The amount of charms and that. But what annoyed me is when a killer once only let you escape because you were wearing a pride charm. It annoyed me. And, you know, it's the same thing. You have extremists on both sides. I've seen truly awful things in the depths of Twitter, which is no surprise, but there are, you know, gay people out there or LGBTQ people who are like, oh, straight people need to die. They need to be the minority. And it's like you're blatantly going against what you should be fighting for. I don't know. I think we're all too caught up in everyone else's lives. If there's a guy that wants to kiss guys, go for it, man. If there's a girl that wants to kiss girls, do what you want to do. Problem with me therein is like, and I'm not trying to say that these two are mutually exclusive, because that is a existing argument that is just not true. But they say that people in the LGBT community, or anyone for that matter, if they start delving with people that are underage or whatever, that's just a real thing that happens day to day. There are real sick pieces of work out there that just prey on kids. It doesn't matter if you're straight, it doesn't matter if you're gay, regardless of where you go, there is some sicko preying on a vulnerable person. That is where the problem therein lies. And again, that's not mutually exclusive to LGB or straight people or whatever. But my problem, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you're mixed in with, what your group is, what any of it is, any of your taglines. It's like if you're preying on children, that's where it becomes a problem. That's where I would personally step in. That's where the line is drawn for me, personally. I don't care who you are. I don't care. I mean, if a gay person does something awful, I'm not going to be like, oh, all gays are evil. Pastors, for example, that's a big one. They sit there and prey on kids because they have to take a sworn celibacy or whatever. And then they boil over and then start diddling kids. That doesn't mean every single pastor's evil, but I think that just shows that there's a flaw in the system with that specifically, which that's a very much bigger argument. But ultimately, I'd say one bad apple doesn't rot in the bunch, but in this case, there are multiple bad apples. But people just pick and choose what to villainize. It's awful. But yeah, it's humans are just truly awful creatures, to be honest with you. Like I genuinely hate humanity on so many levels. I think truly we need an extinction event or something, because we gotta restart. I don't know. I digress, though.
Nah, I gotta get to City Hall for my dad's ceremony.
All right. Tell your pops I said congrats.
Okay, we'll drop the save here. I guess we can play some DVD. I don't know if the event is still ongoing.
MJ, did they start the ceremony yet?
They're still setting up. Where are you?
Got hung up at work. Be there soon.
Okay, we'll drop the save here. Manual save, so bear with me. Just to be sure it maintains here. Okay. So you'll play DVD? Yeah, I'm probably going to play some Killer. Understandable, children are getting worse with every generation. It's actually terrifying. Oh yeah, no. I was talking to a coworker, and I'm not going to make a blanket statement about this, but we were just talking about like the dating generation, right? Like just dating in general nowadays, and how awful it is. Again, I am personally interested in women, so that would be where my anecdotal evidence comes from, but I know guys are equally as awful. Like just the things you see on Twitter, just the things that just happen, period, everywhere. Dating, you said? I mean, we could play some Survivor if you want. I don't know if you were interested in playing. If so, I'm down. Probably like 3 games, tops. Probably like 2 with Survivor, 1 on Killer. But I think that's a grand example of kind of where people's loyalties lie when it comes to something like getting into a relationship and commitment. And that's just not a factor nowadays. That's just not a thing. Everyone has a lack of accountability, responsibility. There's no sense of loyalty. It's all just like, I'm going to go from one person to the next, like just chasing a high. I mean, if we play together, I don't mind playing Survivor. I just hope a lot of the unknowns aren't running around, because those guys are hard to face. I do not like playing against unknown. Playing as him is fun, but like playing against a good unknown is so oppressive. It's awful. Truly, truly unfun. But yeah, people just sit there and they're just not loyal. Period. Like I said, regardless of what side you're looking at. If you're a woman and you're in the dating pool or whatever, it's just there's no modesty. There's no accountability, no loyalty. That's the culture that we've cultivated. XT, you see what I see? Hold on. Did I miss something? That's true for most people. Yeah, lucky enough to have a GF as she is. Today's her 1 year, actually. Oh, hey, there you go. Congrats, man. Happy anniversary. It's been a tough year, yeah. No, I don't doubt that there are loyal people out there, and especially since, you know, the stupidest people are the loudest, right? So even if you look at like a 60% of the population being awful, like unloyal pieces of trash, again, on both sides. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. If you're unloyal, you're disgusting, but, you know, you do you. Oh, you mean about the... Oh, yeah, no. I had one game against him. I did not... No. I got wiped. I got annihilated. I hate playing against the unknown. Playing as the unknown is fun, but playing against it, no. Absolutely not. That character is just going to be problematic until they nerf that little grenade he has, the UVX or whatever it's called. Like, that's just going to be problematic. The fact that it can pierce walls, like if the impact hits you through a wall, you get damaged anyways. Some friends aren't... I mean, just in general. Even outside of relationships, like just, you know, friends, you know, coworkers, whatever, like people just chase their own best interests. Like, and even then, right, even if you have someone that chases their own best interests, they don't mind stepping on other people to get what they want. And that's always been the thing. I'm not going to say that it's generationally exclusive, but it's just so much more rampant now. It's just TikToks, it's trends, it's vanity. There's no substance to society anymore. It's all just numbers, likes, you know, value. Like, what value can you offer? Like not even intrinsic value, but because intrinsic value is the only real thing that matters, especially at the end of the day when, you know, money goes, looks go. It doesn't matter how good you look. Someday you're going to see your first wrinkle and it's going to be downhill from there, buddy. Some people are just horrible with the amount of faking and just acting. Yeah. People just aren't genuine. And that's just the culture we've cultivated, at least here in the U.S. I can't speak on behalf of other places, but that's just how the U.S. is, and I feel like it's the worst here. Eastern countries, they still have like values and traditions, and I hate to go there, but some of their religious stuff still being intact, I think has halted them from becoming what the U.S. has become. And I'm not saying that a lot of those values are correct. I think people, regardless of, you know, gender or whatever, they should have equal rights. But some of those kind of keystones have kept them from slipping into the same way that we have here. And even with those religious values, it doesn't matter. If there are awful people out there, there are awful people, regardless of what traditions you practice or what religion you follow or any of that. Wherever you are geologically, it doesn't matter. There's still going to be evil, awful people, truly. And it is hard to make friends. That's the thing. I mean, I've never been someone to surround myself with people, which I know is ironic because streaming. But I've only ever, either A, I've had no friends, or B, I've had very small friend groups. Like, if we cannot connect on a deeper level, then I don't want to be your friend. Like, if you're just the kind of guys just going to walk, I'm like, oh, how you doing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's just, like, superficial nonsense. Like, friendship is just a title and nothing more, then it's just, like, I don't want that. I want brotherhood out of people. I want a deeper connection. I want something that's more than just small talk. Like, I can't stand that. In my opinion, you can count your real friends in life with just your fingers. That's the sad truth. But yeah, it is. A small friend group is much better than a big one. Oh yeah. Like, I've always been envious of my friends who were super popular. And then I kind of realized it's like, yeah, on a superficial basis, they know all these people, they have all these friends. But like, do they? Like, if I was one of those popular people and I truly, like, needed something or needed help or a shoulder to lean on, like, how many of those people would really be there for me, right? No, we even talked about this recently. Yeah, no, I agree. And life happens on both ends. My end happens a lot. I don't know. I've been going through the ringer as of late, so I've just had no social energy, which is why it's hard to stream sometimes. I know you guys are probably just like, why don't you just stream games? But it's just like the social energy is just not there sometimes. But yeah, I always will truly believe that small friend groups are better. Nothing wrong with having acquaintances, but it's just like, understand where that line is drawn. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of an all or nothing type of guy, so it's like, if we're not going to be 100%, then we're going to be 0%. Like, you live your life, and I live mine. Like, obviously, at work, there's coworkers, you know, just be kind. Be like, oh yeah, hey, hi, how are you doing, whatever. But it's like, it doesn't need to go beyond that. Like, there's no point for it to go beyond that. Right? Like, we can conversate or whatever, but it's not like I'm not your friend, you know, let's take a step back here. Probably people just surrounded with a bunch of actors that want to impress them. Yeah, and that's, you know, a big part of, again, the problem with society is it's just a bunch of pretenders. Bunch of fakes in a group, yeah. People who end up like that, or people who are like that, are probably just not really worth... Like, you probably don't want those kind of people in your life anyways. And I know someone somewhere, some pseudo-intellectual Redditor is probably like, oh, well, you're just coping because no one likes you. Like, yeah, that's true, but at the same time, like, do I really want people who only care for vanity and looks and, you know, a number value? How expensive are your clothes? Like, who cares? It's a bunch of cloth sewn together to keep me from getting hypothermia. What does it matter? What difference does it make? In 60 years, I'll be in the ground decaying. Who cares what clothes I wear? I have clothes on, don't I? It's just a lot of ungratefulness. A lot of people are spoiled. I think that's where it comes from. Eventually, these like positive things, they become an expectation rather than something that you're blessed with. Then you just keep wanting more and more and more and more. It's just the human condition. If no one wants to support you, then you won't be trying your best for them either. Yeah, it's like, it's reciprocation. That's the thing. People always want 100% from you, but then when you ask them for 100%, you just don't get it. Like, you can always try your best to be there for somebody, but if they're not there for you, then that's just the way the cookie crumbles. You can't change the person, doesn't matter how hard you try. So instead you just find someone or a few people that you can truly trust. Yeah. It will make your life better long term, yeah. I think the hardest thing with me is, like, all of the people I've known IRL, like interpersonally, like I went to school with, I truly don't think there's ever been a person that's, I think with the exception of one, there is one person that I think has put more effort into our dynamic than I have. I should probably call that friend up eventually. It's been a very long time since I've talked to him, but with the exception of one person, I don't think there's ever been anyone who's put as much into the dynamic as much as I have. And that's fine, right? Like, I'm not placing that expectation on anyone, but it's just kind of the fact of how things are. And I mean this in terms of, like, people I know IRL that I've not lived with, but day to day they were part of my life. To this day, I think there's only one person who's put equally or as much effort that I have into the dynamic. Not to say that people who haven't put as much in as me are disingenuous. I don't mean that by any means, but it's just not the same, you know. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it quits here on Spider-Man. We'll play a couple of DVD games just to get some blood points before the event ends. I'm pretty sure it ends soon. I think it ends on the 29th, or is it the 31st? But yeah. Oh, I gotta be out of here in like I'll probably play 2 DVD games. I got a little too caught up in that conversation. But yeah, I will catch you guys shortly. Take it easy. Let's see, let me see. 31st. Okay, cool. I'll be able to grind the game out tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, take it easy. If I don't see you guys, stay safe out there and take care.